Alright, buckle up because this story is about to get even wilder than a roller coaster dipped in hot sauce. We're diving headfirst into a scandal that's got everyone from daytime talk show fanatics to legal eagles buzzing. Imagine this: Sonny Hostin, the ever-opinionated, legally astute co-host of The View, is smack dab in the middle of a swirling vortex of controversy. And it's not just any run-of-the-mill celebrity dust-up. This has potential RICO case written all over it. Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, a respected orthopedic surgeon who's been healing bones and mending ligaments for years, is being accused of orchestrating a massive insurance fraud operation. We're talking about a scheme so large, so audacious, that it's been described as one of the biggest RICO, racketeer-influenced, and corrupt organizations act cases in the history of the Empire State. Yeah, you heard that right, RICO. That's the same law they used to go after the mafia. But hold on, folks, because this is where the plot thickens like a good courtroom drama. Rumors are swirling, whispers are spreading, and fingers are pointing in Sonny's direction. Is it possible that Sonny, a former federal prosecutor with a keen eye for fraud and a sharp legal mind, might have known about or even been involved in her husband's alleged illicit activities? The very idea is enough to make your head spin. Can you even wrap your mind around the implications? Sonny Hostin, the champion of justice, the voice of reason, possibly embroiled in a massive insurance fraud scheme? It's like finding out your favorite superhero is moonlighting as a villain. Let's plunge into the depths of this story, because it's got more twists and turns than a pretzel factory and more layers than an onion the size of your head. The allegations are laid out in meticulous detail in court documents. According to these filings, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin allegedly knowingly provided fraudulent medical and healthcare services. We're not just talking about a few questionable prescriptions here. We're talking about arthroscopic surgeries, the kind where they poke tiny cameras into your joints, potentially performed when they weren't medically necessary. The idea is enough to make anyone's knees wobble. So here's the gist of it, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, a man with a sterling reputation and a thriving practice in the heart of New York City, is being accused of being a key player in a sprawling network that allegedly bilked insurance companies out of millions of dollars. The lawsuit, filed by American Transit, an insurance provider that focuses on serving the drivers who keep New York City moving, the taxi drivers, the Uber drivers, the Lyft drivers, claims that Dr. Hostin and a staggering 200 other defendants exploited New York's no-fault insurance laws for their own personal gain. Now, these no-fault laws are supposed to be a safety net designed to ensure that people injured in car accidents receive prompt medical attention without having to wade through a legal quagmire. But the lawsuit paints a very different picture. It alleges that Dr. Hostin and his co-defendants saw these laws as a loophole, a way to line their pockets by performing unnecessary surgeries and procedures on unsuspecting patients and then submitting bogus insurance claims. And the drama doesn't stop there. The lawsuit further alleges that Dr. Hostin was allegedly receiving kickbacks, those shady payments that are usually whispered about in hushed tones. These kickbacks were allegedly disguised as dividends or cash payouts, making them harder to trace back to the source. If even a fraction of these allegations are true, we're not talking about a small-time operation. We're talking about a meticulously planned, highly organized scheme with potentially billions of dollars at stake. This isn't just about padding someone's bank account. It's about allegedly preying on vulnerable individuals, manipulating the healthcare system, and undermining the very foundations of trust. This isn't just any lawsuit. It's been filed under the RICO Act, the Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, originally designed to dismantle organized crime syndicates and take down mob bosses. The fact that this case is being brought under RICO means that prosecutors are treating it with the utmost seriousness, the same level of gravity they would give to a major mafia bust. And here's a chilling detail: if Dr. Hostin and the other defendants are found guilty under RICO, the damages awarded could be tripled. That's right, that initial $150 million figure could balloon into a staggering $450 million nightmare. But the stakes are even higher than just money. If convicted, Dr. Hostin could be facing serious prison time, the kind that would make a lengthy vacation look like a weekend getaway. And then there's the bombshell. Federal investigators allegedly discovered substantial amounts of cash during a raid on the Hostin residence. I mean, how does something like that even happen? It conjures images of stacks of bills hidden in walls, stuffed into mattresses, and tucked away in secret compartments. It begs the question, where did all that cash come from? Was it the product of legitimate business dealings, or was it the fruit of alleged fraudulent activities? But let's pivot to the elephant in the room, the question that everyone is whispering about. What is Sunny Hostin's role in all of this? As if being married to someone accused of such a high-profile and potentially devastating crime isn't enough, rumors are swirling that Sunny herself may have been involved in covering up her husband's alleged misdeeds. Before she became a household name on The View, Sunny was a federal prosecutor specializing in fraud cases. She spent years dissecting complex financial schemes, tracking down hidden assets, and bringing white-collar criminals to justice. So the question on everyone's mind is, how could someone with her level of expertise have missed the alleged red flags, if they existed in the first place? Some are even speculating that she may have used her insider knowledge of the legal system to help her husband navigate potential loopholes or conceal illicit transactions. The irony is almost too much to bear. Sunny Hostin, the champion of justice on television, possibly aiding and abetting her husband's alleged criminal activities? It's a narrative that would be rejected as too far-fetched for a fictional courtroom drama. Yet here it is, playing out in real life. And Sunny isn't taking these allegations lying down. She's come out swinging, vehemently defending her husband and vehemently denying any wrongdoing. She's branded the lawsuit against him as frivolous and has accused American Transit of orchestrating a smear campaign against her family. In a fiery statement, she asserted that the company is teetering on the brink of financial ruin and has filed this lawsuit as a desperate attempt to avoid paying legitimate medical claims. She's even gone so far as to accuse the insurance firm of exploiting her celebrity status to poison public opinion, plastering her family's photos across tabloids and engaging in what she describes as a disgusting media smear campaign. To add fuel to the fire, Sunny and her husband's legal team, led by the high-powered attorney Mark Garagos, have threatened a $5 million counter-lawsuit for defamation and emotional distress. And in true Sunny fashion, she didn't hold back, declaring that, "Where I come from, American Transit will receive a PhD from FFO University." For those not in the know, FFO stands for Mess Around and Find Out, a colorful way of saying, "Don't mess with me." But while Sunny is fiercely defending her husband's innocence, not everyone is buying it. Critics are dismissing her response as a smokescreen, a calculated attempt to deflect attention from the damning details contained within the lawsuit. They point out that the allegations are incredibly specific, meticulously detailed, and backed by documented evidence. For example, American Transit alleges that Dr. Hostin performed surgeries on patients who were involved in minor accidents so insignificant that they barely caused any damage to the vehicles involved. These patients reportedly suffered only soft tissue injuries, the kind of aches and pains that usually heal with rest and over-the-counter pain relievers. Yet, according to the lawsuit, they allegedly underwent invasive surgical procedures. If true, this paints a disturbing picture of a doctor who is more concerned with maximizing insurance payouts than with providing appropriate and ethical patient care. And it's not just about the allegedly unnecessary surgeries. The lawsuit also alleges that Dr. Hostin was a key player in a larger network of medical providers, clinics, and third-party companies that worked in concert to defraud insurance firms. This alleged operation involved everything from ordering unnecessary diagnostic tests to inflating billing practices, all designed to siphon money from insurance companies. The scale of the alleged fraud is staggering. According to documents filed by American Transit, this network of fraud could have been operating for more than a decade, potentially involving hundreds of millions of dollars in fraudulent claims. This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment scheme. It was a deeply entrenched system that allegedly preyed on vulnerable individuals, like rideshare drivers who often lack the resources to challenge medical bills or seek second opinions. The sheer length of time that this alleged operation went undetected raises serious questions about the effectiveness of oversight mechanisms and the potential for similar schemes to be operating elsewhere. The legal battle is likely to be long, complex, and fiercely contested. With nearly 200 defendants involved, each with their own legal teams and their own version of events, the courtroom drama promises to be nothing short of chaotic. The fallout, as you can imagine, has been immense. Sunny's credibility as a commentator on The View is under scrutiny. Can she credibly criticize others when her own household is embroiled in such a serious scandal? And where does this leave her reputation? Only time will tell.